So I had been wanting to do this video for a long time now. So let me just get to the point of when and how I found out I was pregnant. So I found out I was pregnant a day before my birthday. So it was a huge birthday present. I was so excited. It was a planned pregnancy. So I had already previously ordered a bunch of pregnancy tests on Amazon, like ovulation tests. It came like with 50 ovulation tests and like 20 pregnancy tests. So I was taking pregnancy tests frequently. I did miss my period for like, it was like 6 days late. So I usually always get my period late, like maybe 4-5 days late, but this time it was 6 days late. And I didn't want to keep taking any because I didn't want to keep getting my hopes up that I was pregnant and I wasn't. But it was 6 days and I hadn't been that late before, so I was like, let me just take this pregnancy test. So it was super early in the morning. It was like 6:30 in the morning. It was right before I was gonna go to work. I go to the restroom and I had these little paper strips that I told you I bought on Amazon. But I took one, and like I said, I didn't want to get my hopes up. I didn't want it to be negative, so I was like, I'll just see what it says. I'll just take one just cause. And I was just looking to the side and I was like just doing my business, and then I look over to the test and I see one line and a little faint line. I'll put a picture up so you guys can see the test later, but I saw that there was 2 lines, but the second one was really faint. But when I saw it, I was just like in shock. Like I could not believe that there were 2 lines on the pregnancy test. So I was like, no, this can't be true. Like, no, I have to take another one. So I took another one, and I had peed in a little cup, so I just had to dip the little test in there, and I took it with the second one, and the second one comes out with 2 lines. So mind you, it was super early. It was like 6:45 in the morning. So my boyfriend was still sleeping. Kevin was still sleeping, and after I saw the second test, I was just in so much shock. I was like, oh my god, I have to tell him. Like I'm the type of person that can't hold it that long. I wish I would have like held it and surprised him in a cute little way. Like that was in my mind, but it just didn't happen. I just wanted to tell him, and we had been planning this for a while now, so it was just a beautiful moment and a blessing that I just wanted to tell him right away. I couldn't hold it. So I go and I wake him up and I'm like, babe, I think I'm pregnant. And he was like still sleeping, and he was like, huh? Like, and then he's like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I took 2 pregnancy tests. I think I'm pregnant. And he goes to the restroom with me, all dormitado, like he was all sleepy. And then he's like, are you sure these things even work? I was like, babe, yes, they work. Like I would have not bought them if they didn't work. And then he's like, take another one. So I peed on a separate cup. So this was separate pee now. And that was the 3rd test I was taking. And 2 lines come out. I was like, babe. And then I was like, all right, another one. I took 4 tests, okay? All 4 came out positive. He was still like, no, he was doubting the test. Like, no, I won't believe it until we go to the doctor. So I was already like super excited and like in shock, and like I just couldn't believe that I literally saw 2 lines and 4 tests, like, and literally a day before my birthday. Like that was just the best gift ever. And then I was still indecisive, like whether I should go to the doctor or not, because I had just taken the test. Like I honestly didn't know what to do. So then I just hit up one of my best friends, and I told her that I thought I was pregnant. I sent her a picture of the pregnancy test, and she was like, you have to go to the doctor, go get a pregnancy test. So I was like, okay. I scheduled an appointment for that same day so that we could get it officially, and like I wanted to see how far along I was and if I really was pregnant. And he was over here doubting these little tests that I took. So I was like, okay, let's go together. And then I go, and the lady was like, yes, you are pregnant. You're 5 weeks and 3 days. I go out and I tell Kevin, and I'm like, babe, I am pregnant, like I told you. And then he was like,
Okay.
I think we weren't able to process it yet, like really good. Like we're finally pregnant, like it's really happening. But we were both so happy, so happy. And I remember like waking up every day, and I was just like so thankful, and I would thank God for our little blessing. And just I couldn't believe that I was growing a life inside of me, but I was just so happy. Like I felt so blessed, so happy. I couldn't wait. I was most excited to tell his parents because they had been wanting grandkids for the longest time. Like I remember we've been together for 12 years. So I remember being like 17, 18, and they would always tell us like, I want grandkids already, we're getting too old, like, and I was like, like we're having kids later, like 25, 27. I always thought 27, but now that I'm 25, I was 24 when I was like, okay, I think we're ready. I know we're not always gonna be like financially ready or like, you know, emotionally, but we both agreed like, yeah, it's time. Like we're okay with having if it happens, it happens, and we're okay with it. I know nobody's ever ready to be parents, and like, you know, it's something that you learn as you go, and you learn and experience it as you go. But I was super excited to tell his parents because they had wanted to be grandparents for the longest time. I was actually nervous to tell my mom because she's more tough love. Like she's like, you have to finish school first, you have to have your career, have your house, like you have to be ready, you can't just have kids, like it's a lot of work and this and that. So I was like more nervous to tell my mom, or in my side of the family, but his side of the family, I knew that they were gonna be so happy, his sister, everybody. So like I said, it was a day before my birthday, right? So my mom texts me, and she texted me like at 10 p.m. Like it was already late at night. So it was the first day, like literally I had just found out. I went to the doctor, I went to work, like, and then I get home, it's late. It's like 10 p.m. and she texts me. She's like, I have some gifts for you that I want to drop off. And I was like, okay, come to my house. And then she comes with my sister, and me and Kevin were like, oh my God, like, should we tell her? Like, we had already said, okay, like we were gonna tell her, but I was so nervous. Like I was super duper nervous. Like he kept on giving me eye contact, like, okay, we're telling her now. And I was like, I would just look away, like, we're not gonna tell her yet. Like, no, I wasn't ready. I didn't feel like I was ready to tell her. I just know my mom, and especially like she's over here bringing me gifts and stuff, and I'm gonna be like, Mom, I'm pregnant. Like, yeah, she was not gonna have it. So I was like, no, I'm just gonna wait. She's giving me gifts and she's giving me clothes, and I'm not even gonna be able to fit into this in a couple months. So I was just like, great, like she's gonna be mad. And I still didn't tell her. I didn't get the courage to tell her. And then they were leaving and Kevin would just look at me like, they're about to leave and you're not gonna tell them anything. We were already down in the garage. She was in her car and we were just saying bye, and she was like, she every time she sees us, she would tell us like, make sure you guys don't drink too much, or like don't get drunk and this and that. And then she made that comment, and then Kevin was like, oh, she can't drink anymore. And mind you, Kevin would always joke around about me being pregnant before, and like she would look at me like with these dead eyes, like, are you pregnant? And I'll be like, no, Mom, he's just kidding, like don't believe him, like no. So he says this comment and he's like, oh, she can't drink anymore because, and he goes like this. So she looks at me and I was just like, I was like, yeah, Mom, I'm pregnant. And she's like, ¿qué? She just like couldn't believe it. And I'm like, Mom, yeah, I'm pregnant. I'm 5 weeks. I went to the doctor today and I took 4 pregnancy tests and they said, yes, I'm pregnant. And then she was just like, she was just in shock. Like her first expression, like she was just mad. Like you could see her face. She was pissed. My sister though, Naomi, she was 12 at the time. She was the one that was excited. Then my 8-year-old sister, she was just like in shock, like she couldn't believe it. But my mom, she was just pissed. She was just like, and she just couldn't believe it. She's like, you're not even ready, Emily. Like this is hard. Like vos no sabes en el huevo que te has metido. She's Salvadorian. We're Salvadorian. So she was over here giving me a speech and telling me that we weren't ready, that we still live in an apartment, that she feels like we don't have what we need to be parents, and that I wasn't done with school. She was just like, she was disappointed. Like, you could just see in her face, like, she was disappointed. Like, she literally just brought me gifts, and I'm over here giving her this news that I'm pregnant, and I already knew that she wasn't gonna take it very well, but I was like, I know later she'll get over it, and hopefully she gets, once she sees the baby, those feelings weren't gonna be there anymore. And it was gonna be her second grandchild, because my brother has a baby already. I have a little nephew, so I wasn't the first to get pregnant, even though I'm older. But I already knew her reaction wasn't gonna be the best. But then the following day was my actual birthday, February 13th, and I wanted to tell his parents, and I did want to record their reaction because I knew they were going to be so happy, but I couldn't record it. And we tell his mom first, actually. We went to her house, and we were like, we have something to tell you. And we go to the room, and she's like, what happened? Like, her first instinct was she got worried. She just sat down, and she was like, what happened? And then me and Kevin were just like, no, nothing bad, just we wanted to tell you something. And then I don't remember if it was me or Kevin, but we told her we're pregnant. And she was like, I knew it. She would just hugged us. She was just so happy. She was like so happy. I really wanted to tell his dad, because he would always say like, oh, I want a kid, but I want a grandkid, but I want it to be from you guys, because they do already have a grandchild too from Kevin's sister. But he's like, I want to see you guys have kids together. Like, I want you guys to have a baby already. And we had already been together for such a long time, so they would always tell us like, you guys have to have kids already. We're just getting older. Like, we want kids from you guys. I was so excited to tell him, and she calls him, and he was at work, I think. So he wasn't able to be there at the moment, but we had said that we were gonna go eat together later. So since it was my birthday, we were like, we'll just use it as an excuse. Like, we'll just say that we're gonna go eat together because it's my birthday. We were sitting all at the table, and I would just like hit Kevin with my knee under the table, and I would be like, all right, like, tell him like, I want to see his reaction already. And Kevin, before we even went into the restaurant, he's like, babe, I know you're all excited to tell my dad, but you're not gonna get the reaction you want from him. He's so simple. He's just gonna be like just like whatever, but he's gonna be happy inside. He just doesn't show his reaction. So I was like, I don't care, I still want you to tell him already. Like, I want him to know already. And then he's like, Dad, vas a ser abuelo otra vez. And then he's like, he was eating, and he was like, see, ya sabía. Like, I was like, how did you already know? Like, but like Kevin said, he wasn't gonna show his reaction, like, like I expected him to be all excited and happy, but inside he was like really happy. And he said that he was happy, and finally that we took forever to have kids. We wanted to tell his sister too in person, but I couldn't hold it. Like I said, I wanted to just tell everybody already. Literally, I found that, and I was just so happy. I wanted to share that with everybody. And I just texted her, and I told her, because I think the mom told her like, oh, they're getting married or they're engaged or something, just to hide it with that. And she's like, no, they're not. Like, she told me that in her head. She was like, no, they're not. But I was like, babe, I'm gonna just text your sister, and I'm gonna just tell her. So I just texted her, and she was like super duper happy too, especially because she had just had her baby in September last year. So she was like, I'm so excited for you. Like, I feel like I'm gonna go through it again, because I just literally had Zayla, and I was just like so excited, and she was so excited. We were like, yay. We were just so happy that I was pregnant. When I told my brother, he was so happy. He just hugged me so tight. Like, it was just everybody, my dad, my grandma, literally everybody that I told, my family, they were all super duper happy. Like, they hugged me so tight. They couldn't believe it. They were just like excited for this new journey that we're about to experience, this little family we're making together. Everybody was so happy, and that made me so happy. And my uncle, he's one of my closest, like he's like a dad to me, my uncle. And he was so happy. He was just super duper supportive, and it literally like made me feel so good. I'm currently 21 weeks, so I'm like past halfway already. Like I'm already, I can't believe it. Like I'm literally almost like halfway, and I'm almost there. Like October, baby's due in October, so it's gonna come so fast. Like I already know it. Summer goes by so fast, and then I'm gonna have like 2 months, and that's it. And you know, they just know that time's gonna go so fast, and the baby's gonna be here with us before Christmas, before the year ends. So I'm just so excited. I'm just so excited. I don't want to make this video super long, but I will be doing another video of the gender reveal, and so stay tuned for that video, the gender reveal. And also I'll be explaining on how I did get pregnant, because I was on birth control before that. So I'll explain all that, how it is to get pregnant after birth control, my experience, because I know not everybody's body is the same. So I'll just be sharing my experience with you guys. But I was so excited that I finally got the courage to do this video and got out of my comfort zone and stuff. But I wanted to share this beautiful experience with all of you, especially with all the love that you guys have shown me. Like literally makes me feel so good in my heart. You know, you guys just fill it with so much love, and I'm just so excited to share all this with you guys. And I'm gonna give you guys a little sneak peek of the belly, because it's growing so much. The baby is kicking so much. But I'm so excited. We're so excited for the baby. I can't believe it. Like, I look at myself sometimes and I'm still in shock, like, oh my god, I'm seriously pregnant. But I'm just gonna keep talking and I won't stop. But thank you guys for watching. I love all of you guys. I seriously love all of you guys. I appreciate all of you. And just stay tuned, subscribe, like, share the video, comment. I love you guys. Bye.